Hey guys, I'm Marissa, and I'm here today with,
9 7 PTA.
and this is Evergreen Sessions. Thank you for being here at 9 7 PTA.
It's a pleasure as it always is, man.
Yeah,
Always a good time.
super fun session. And we really persisted through that because not many people know, besides us maybe in this room, that there's a loud ass block party going on outside.
I was I was on the way in. I had just driven in from Westchester, and I said I had to pee really bad, but nobody read the text message.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Yo, can you please let me in?" And one of the producers on this show said, "What, are you scared?" I'm like, "No, I'm not scared.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm very tolerant. I'm extremely tolerant."
do you like coming out here to Bushwick?
Dude, Bushwick is one of the few areas in the city that I will best. If it doesn't mean that I'm at like a concert or like seeing a bunch of friends. I personally am not a big fan of just coming into the city just because. But
Wait, but I just wanted to ask real quick. Sorry not to cut you off. What is one of your favorite restaurants to eat at?
in the city,
Yeah,
well,
because I heard you will make the drive for this restaurant.
listen, man, I have so many favorite. I am a connoisseur of many a cuisine, but let me just say, if you are ever in the Bushwick area, I think there's a few of these, but the one on a I think it's Knickerbocker Avenue. That one.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Nacho Macho Taco. Many a late nights cooking up at the studio at a Club B and
Eat
eating
Stomp Studios.
Stomp. Yes, dude. The decision to leave Stomp Studios.
Yeah.
Go get yourself a burrito from there. It's
What's your order? What's your usual
I
order?
get a beef burrito. I think I think it's just a standard beef burrito, maybe a steak burrito. It's
Okay.
either ground beef or steak. I haven't had it in some time, but
Nice.
I love Nacho Macho Taco quite a bit, man.
It's the best. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about the music.
Here for me.
Hell yeah. So can you give me your best elevator pitch on who 97 PTA really is?
Schizophrenic music, nerd music, with tints of pop, R&B, hip hop, a little bit of funk, a little bit of soul. Hell, man, even some Enya easy listening, new age. Might find some shoegaze, some stand-up comedy in there, man.
Yeah, that is. I feel like that's such an accurate description of who you are.
I would say so, man. All my music sounds like I was trapped in a basement for 3 weeks, losing my mind, making it. So
It's so true.
that's kind of that seems like the easiest way to market myself in. Is just like, yo, if you lose your mind frequently and you like pop music, then just I think I might just be the thing for you, man.
That's fabulous. Great answer. How did you get your start in making music?
Man, so when I was in high school, uh, with one of the producers in here, Charlie and I went to high school together. We were both in a program called Gimme the Mic, which was a music performance course for students to come bring a song each week, rehearse the song, and then perform it. I think a few weeks later. You were in that. You were in that too, actually.
I was,
Yes, you were.
yeah.
I
I sung Video Games by Lana Del Rey. That was my senior showcase. The
I
album
love
had
that.
just come out.
I love that.
Throwback.
See, I'm accidentally excluding people, but Marissa here is quite a talent as well. But anyway, talk about the music. Um, yeah. So I did that. I started off doing a lot of alt rock, like pop music, in bands. Did that into college with a band called Culture Hound. Culture Hound disbanded. I was also in Moon Unit. Not Moon Unit. I'm sorry. I was in Worcester. Sorry.
Whoa,
I was.
that's false info.
I
right
was. I
there.
was not in Moon Unit, but many
Now
many
we know
have
you wish.
many
No,
have
just kidding.
wondered if I was. Nah. So I was in a band called Moon Unit with Mike, Evan, Stebby. Did I say it again? Worcester 115. My bad. I'm so fucking tired. Worcester
Worcester
115 was the
115.
band name.
Shout out. Shout out,
Worcester
Mr. 115.
I don't want to leave it. So I was with Cam, Evan, Mike, Stebby, and Ari Konevsky, who I think is Bianca, but that's a whole different story. But yeah. So that's an inside joke for nobody to understand. So I was in Culture Hound, and then come college, Culture Hound disbanded, and I was taking this MIDI and music course at my alma mater, Manhattanville College, and I learned how to produce on Propellerhead's Reason, I would make beats in between classes or during lunch, and I'd skip class to go make beats. And I started recording with just like Logic Pro on my computer, and just made my first album, Death of Cinema, released some singles, and yeah, did it, and then it sort of just jump started from there. I got my friend Dylan on board to film some music videos because I had I wanted to do videos and music together most of the time, and we made it happen. And we're at a place now where it has since evolved, and I'm very happy with how things have been.
That's beautiful. I mean, yeah, I think it's like really cool to talk about the way you collaborate with all your friends because 97 PTA is not really just music. Like, I think of it as like a visual identity too. I think you're really good at that stuff.
Thank you so much. It's so kind of you to say that and to
It's
hear
the
that from
truth.
you.
I mean it from the heart.
Yeah, it always. I mean, 97 PTA is it was the when I was in like high school, I saw a movie Boogie Nights by Paul Thomas Anderson. PTA is his like alias that he goes by every now and again. He Boogie Nights came out in '97. It was the movie that made me want to blend like cinema and music and just have my like instrumentals and like beats and songs sort of fit like an environment. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it felt appropriate to sort of commemorate my goal with music to the source of it. You know what I mean? The thing that made me want to
definitely.
do it in the first place.
I guess going off of that, I feel like you have such a prolific catalog already, only like in your young career. But I guess when you're approaching making music, do you find yourself coming at it from like a character perspective? Do you ever think about that, or are you writing from real life things that have happened to you? What's your main source?
That's a great question. I'm glad you asked that. A lot of 97 PTA, like at its core, was like meant to be like an exaggerated version of Justin Cusio. So like the
Mm,
most amplified version of things I felt to like an almost ridiculous like extent. So my last project that I put out, Still Outside, was like, it was a very hyper campy, like sort of melodramatic, like singing album just about like grief, heartbreak, and like addiction and feeling isolated and all that. But like it was things that I think many people, especially in our age bracket, feel like that in you sort of endure these feelings and you deal with it. And I've always used music as like a vessel for therapy.
that's
And
the one with 13 on it.
yes,
Yes,
that's
I
that's
relate to
13.
that song so hard. So
It's a
you killed it.
great tune, and it was a blast to do it here, man. It was a blast to do it here. Yeah, and then like Death of Cinema was like it was, I was like a young kid. I just turned 21. I was in my hometown making music, and I was getting into a lot of bad habits and was feeling a little uncertain about my future, and I was able to navigate how I was feeling there. So pretty much anytime I just like have like a feeling or like am just sort of going through something, I tend not to write down lyrics as much anymore and just sort of free form clock in lines or things like that, and just sort of let whatever is on my brain just like come out naturally, because then in time like I've navigated some of my problems through songwriting, and even in that hyper emotional sort of that hyper emotional state that I record and like convey things. Like I tend to be very over dramatic and theatrical with all the videos and all the all the singing and all that. And like at the end of the day, I'm just a guy just like anybody else. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying like I'm above anybody else or anybody would think that way, but I
It's the
deal
best therapy, like to be able to have an outlet in that way.
when you make art that is like over the top and like melodramatic and like kind of like funny, but it is rooted within like actual trauma or feelings or like mental illnesses or addictions, like the melodrama of it and like the comedy of it almost like makes it makes you take it less seriously. Like not like that you shouldn't take, but I'm saying like if you're dealing with shit, you can kind of step back and be like, man, I'm kind of really getting bent up out of shape over this shit, and like
Yeah.
it helps you maybe lay things to rest and navigate situations, and you can listen to a song you made years ago and be like in a different place, maybe because you helped, maybe because making that song and letting time pass and having it be a staple in your life that people can digest is like
Yeah.
it helps you. It's like closing a chapter in the book of your life, you know?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That definitely comes through a lot. And your live shows are like pretty theatrical as well. When you're making your music, do you think about what the live show is going to look at? Because I feel like you have usually like choreography going on too. It's like you're seeing I don't know. Some people go on stage and like they feel awkward or like you could tell they just want to make their music, but with you, it's like very planned out.
Yeah, thank you, thank you so much. Yeah, that's a lot of there'll be some songs that I record and like I think like this is gonna hit in a live environment. Like I know the Kanye graduation album, he like made that for the stadium tour, and like I've made albums like probably ever since like How Does It Feel to Be Lost. I started to think of the songs I make and think about how many quotables are there going to be, what kind of catchy melodies can I fit into it, because at the end of the day I just like I have a very deeply rooted like need to convey how I feel, but I also want it to be accessible in some format. Like there's the great Andre 3000 quote in Hey he's like, y'all don't really want to hear me, you just want to dance.
Yeah.
So I'll make songs like Thief or I'm a Man of No Explanation that are like just songs about like, you know, past like romantic endeavors and whatnot, or like, feeling like you you like somebody drained the life out of you after you were done with, or they were done with you. And I just put it over this like funk beat and like just was like, all right, let's have this be the catchiest song on this shit. And so,
Yes.
and even 13 was like, that was rooted over some like it was just ranting about past romance and all that. And the fact that that song came out to be like that was like the, I guess, the hit, if you will, the local hit off of Still Outside. It was funny for that to be like this big emotional song that people resonated with, and I was just like it's like, okay, it hits live, it hits in the car, it hits people emotionally. I think we succeeded. So yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely have started to think about the um the live setting of my music and how it all hits live. A lot of stuff on 27 Club was meant to be played live too.
Very cool. I know you work with a lot of collaborators. Is there like a story behind one of your songs that you have with one of your favorite collaborators to work with? And how do you meet the people you work with? Are they friends or you connect online?
Yeah, that's a great question. I keep saying thank you for the question, and that's a great
I really
question.
appreciate
I'm like
that.
the Kevin Neal and Conan interview. I'm wearing the hoodie.
Yeah.
He's like, well, first of all, thank you for the question, as
Yeah,
if he's not being interviewed currently.
We're both like people pleasers, you know.
Yeah,
You
I
gotta,
want you to know you're doing a great job. Everybody here is doing a great job.
yeah, we're all doing our best out
You
here.
guys have an amazing thing going on here. There will be more on that later. Um, um, yeah, I can't. Well, I guess circumstantially, like a lot of the people that I've grown to make music with, sometimes I collaborate with people I've known my whole life, like childhood friends, like Winter Cold Freestyle and off Still Outside. I had Big Posse Cut. A lot of my like friends from my childhood were on that. Stebby, Summer's First Disciple, Broom Papa, uh, Chosen, who I'd met a little bit later. But is like a lot of my favorite collaborations come through in, I guess, like the spontaneity of it all, because there have been times where like I make a beat. A recent one that I really enjoyed doing was a single "Wonderful" I did off Still Outside. It had Jack McGranahan, who always I collaborated with him on Lost in New York off the album before that. But I got this guy, Dre Got the Blues. We're both of the alma mater of Manhattanville College. I think maybe he was a year older than I. He's a great,
That's where you went to school.
yes, great Connecticut artist, amazing rapper, amazing vocalist. I think I just told him one day, hey, like I got this beat pack. There's a song on there that like I sort of started on. It was the song "Wonderful," and it was in there, and he listened to it. He's like, I need to be on that song, and he came, because like the goal of that song was to have like a little bit of style of everything. Like I did like the melodic singing, and Jack sort of did like the lackadaisical sort of Frank Ocean adjacent thing, and then Dre Got the Blues. Like on that song, he was just reminding me of like the push, like the Pusha T verses and like the Big Sean verses on like the old like 2010s good music cuts. I was like, this is such like a complete
Such
beautiful
good
piece of
there.
music.
Literally good
Exactly.
music.
So it felt so nice. It was just this idea I had over this chopped up soul sample, and him and Jack both made it into something so amazing. I was so happy with the final product of that song.
I love that. Do you have a song of the summer right now?
Oh my god.
It's really hard to choose. I'm putting you on the spot, and it better be right.
Okay. Can I give you
No, you could do top three.
Okay, I want to give you three answers. I'm going to give you, I think, the song of the summer this year, like unironically, we talked a little bit about it earlier. Sally When the Wine Runs Out by Role Model.
Yeah,
That song is such a banger.
it's killing.
I love that song so much. A song that I've loved recently that I think has been a good summertime anthem is a song called "Good Time" by Donnie and Joe Emerson.
Okay.
There were these kids in the these teenagers in the 70s recording music in their dad's barn, and they pressed this album and they made a vinyl, and it never got discovered until 2012. Like some guy
What?
just found it in like in a record store somewhere, and he got somebody to digitize it and put it online, and people were like, yo, this album's like amazing.
What? You gotta share that.
Yeah,
I haven't heard of this.
they have a song "Baby" out there that's kind of like, if you heard it maybe you'd know it. It's kind of like a internet music like sort of gem. But the first song, "Good Time," it's like this like kind of like Matthew Sweet like power pop like
I love that you brought up Matthew Sweet. That's so funny.
dude, that guy is sick.
I know that
man.
guy.
I know Mark loves some.
I did a session with Matthew Sweet back at Paste magazine days.
Really? Did you really?
Yeah. It was a memorable one.
100% fun, I think the album is, and Girlfriend. Thought I Knew You off Girlfriend. That's not Song of the Summer, but if you are watching this interview, go listen to Thought I Knew You by Matthew Sweet and Sick of Myself by Matthew Sweet. Great fucking songs.
Oh my gosh.
And then, yeah, so Good Time by Donnie Joe
Okay.
Emerson. And then I heard this song. No, actually, I'm not going to choose that one. I'm going to choose What About Me by Chic. That's Nile Rodgers' band. It's
Oh
off an
yeah.
album called Risque. It's such a banger. I love that song so much, and I've been listening to it damn near every day this summer.
Yeah. Anything Nile Rodgers is gonna make you
And
be in a good
Thief
mood.
by
you know?
9/7 PTA is also Song of the
Fuck
Summer. Maybe I am a
yeah.
man of no explanation. Who knows?
Dude, when you were I heard that one before, but like seeing it live was like we were dancing in the background. That was fun.
I say it was the reason I was like that. I looked over there and I saw you guys and I said, "Damn,
Yeah.
I gotta come correct, man."
Well, sometimes when you do these things, it's like when you play a show, if there's no energy going on behind you, like it's weird. So it's
Almost
you know,
every show I've
gotta
ever
feed
done,
off each other.
almost every show I've done in the city, I've been performing to people who have no idea who I like am, and they're just sitting there like
Yeah, it's like move.
hands in pockets. And I was doing a lot of shit that I thought was like fun
Like
and
Alanis
funky at the time.
Morissette. Just kidding. Sorry.
And I was like, you know what? I got to make music that
Alanis.
absolutely moves these people. So like I just have been really into like dance music, been fucking with like Daft Punk and Chic and all that. Like
Yes, it's definitely coming through more in like your recent stuff, I think. And that song you have with Derek.
Blanco
Blanco, sorry.
94, man. Y'all were not there, man. CBS 2013.
Hey, I was there.
You were there.
I were there. I was
Blanco, Rashawn Solo. I don't know this guy, but Zach Shire and
Shout out Ossining.
Naughty
Ossining
No-
High School.
no comment. Now
Naughty.
NAADI, no comment. And John Lowe, man. I was like 12 years old listening to these guys on SoundCloud. I was like, man, I hope I can make music one day, like these guys. And now I have a song with
Making music
Blanco.
with them.
Yeah, it's really amazing. Shout out to CBS. Shout out to Blanco, man.
Shout out OHS class of 2012. I did
Hell
not just
yeah.
give away my age. Anyway.
We'll cut that. We'll cut that.
To wrap it up, do you have any advice for artists who are trying to do what you do and or have music and they're scared to put it out there?
Yeah, man. Listen, like start by just doing the stuff that you think is cool and don't really care, because I feel like nowadays we're in like, when I first started making music in 2019, it sort of just felt like everybody was like trying to make a song that sounded like another song. And like as time has progressed, like there's social media platforms, there's all these things that can get your music to the audiences that they'll find you in time. Make the stuff that you think is cool. If you're into like weird like One O Tricks Point Never, Aphex Twin, like crazy ambient like D&B shit, like promote that shit. Stand by it, make it. Somebody's gonna like it. Somebody's gonna like it if you promote it properly. Maybe multiple people like it. If you've got like piano music with like ballads and you're feeling a little uncertain about it and you're like, man, this isn't hot anymore. It's not 2010 anymore. I'm not Adele. Maybe you are Adele.
I'm not Adele. It's
Have you ever thought about
crazy.
maybe you are the next Adele?
Yo.
Driver's License got crazy hot. That's a piano song. I
Mhm.
didn't hear a song like Driver's License that was like no offense, but like good like that, and like since like Adele.
Oh,
And like
bridges too. We got to talk about bridges. Sorry.
we're Bridge.
Bridges and songs. A good bridge means everything,
Oh my
right?
God, yeah.
Sorry, yeah, but that's sorry. You're giving advice.
No, no, you're good. But yeah, just do the stuff that you think is cool. Like I've been in stints where like I've been making music for a long time. It didn't take off that much. Like, and I was like, damn, I gotta like maybe I just gotta start sounding like other people and like starting to lose myself in the process. And then I always just came back to doing what I wanted to do. And at the end of the day, that was the stuff that made me feel the most fulfilled. And I think people, you can listen to the 9/7 catalog and like see that I started off in a place and ended up in another, or like even revisit it, and like it still feels like the same guy. It doesn't feel
Yeah.
like I've switched like my like artistic integrity in any way, or at least that's sort of how I hope it comes
There's a
off.
cohesiveness to it for sure.
I appreciate that. I like definitely, I want the guy who made I want it to make sense that the guy who made like say like Bambi would go on to make a song like I'm a man and no explanation or thief, like those pop sensibilities, but like sort of perfectionized. That's not a word. Sort of perfected. You know what I mean?
Yes, definitely. Well, thank you so much for doing this today. Do you have any last things you want to shout out before we end?
You know what? Sure. I'll real briefly. Justin 97PTA at 97PTA on all socials. The word 9, the word 7, PTA, the initials on all streaming platforms. I just put out an album called 27 Club in March on my birthday. 10 songs, had most of the beats, made it in like a week. Just wanted to put something out there to, celebrate another year or another day on this planet. And I just want to thank everybody at Evergreen Studios, Real Big Jeans Production Company, Bianca and Charlie, Marissa for having me here. Um, it's cool to see something in its formative state that has so much potential off rip. You guys have such a
Hey,
good
thank
image.
you.
I love the
You're lucky number 5.
lucky 5, baby. Lucky
Mhm.
5. Just the logo is great, the lighting is great, the Alapartis, dude. Let me shout out Adam real quick. I hung out with Adam in our hometown of Westchester County. One
Awesomening,
day,
awesomening.
baby. We were in Westchester. I didn't want to dox him, but like, but dude, I hung out with Adam one day, and I was like, yo, I actually think this might be the perfect person. Like this guy,
Wow.
I
He's
I
great. We
I
love
was talking
Adam.
to this guy. We talked about like 9 Inch Nails and Kendrick Lamar, and unions and big corporations and cohesiveness, which you guys talked about, like world building in albums. I was like, this guy gets it. And then we went to Carvel in a drop top car,
No
and he bought me
way.
ice cream, and I was like,
Oh
I
my
think this
God,
is the
what a good
perfect.
mentor figure.
I think this is the perfect person. I maybe Craig Browning from Bates actually. That might be the perfect person, but Adam is up there, man.
Wow.
That's all I have to
Okay.
say.
We're cropping this and we're making it into a reel that hopefully is going to go viral all about Adam and
Dude,
Alapartis.
we gotta collaborate with Alapartis. He's sitting there talking about like breaking down corporations, and then there's just one
Yes.
post like, I'm a great guy. You guys hear that? Like,
Yeah.
this guy vouches for me.
So
yeah.
good. Well,
Shout out Real Big Jeans. Shout out Evergreen Studios. Man, all you guys, I'm so happy to be here. And on my spiritual shit, I'm manifesting that this goes a long way, and I think it will.
yeah. Oh, I just want to mention we're in the Lionsgate portal right now, so this is the most powerful time to manifest. So let's say right now we are millionaires and we have hit albums, hit sessions, and we're all really happy.
Dude, I think this video is gonna get six
Yeah.
billion views, like a genuine.
I think so too.
Especially, no, I was gonna say the dogs out thing, but
Oh, where'd you get your cowboy boots?
okay. This is an interesting story. It's really not. My friend, my dog Soul King. Shout out my man's Elijah. My roommate currently implies that it won't be. Sorry, my roommate indefinitely. We were. I was at home or at work or something. And he's at Kohl's. He's like, "Should I get these cowboy boots?" And we were all like, "Hell yeah!" He goes, "They don't have my size." I go, "What size they got?" He goes, 10.5. I said, "Elijah, I'll Venmo you right now, bro. Get me those cowboy boots." And they're on my feet right now.
Wow. And now we're matching.
We are matching. I don't know if you
Wow.
can. I don't know if you can zoom in on those, but
These
are.
are
We'll just put 'em
fresh
up here.
from Nashville.
Dude.
Yeah. got him there.
Cowboy Mar dashed her. You know?
Yeah.
Cowboy Mar dashed her.
And okay, let. I feel like we could talk forever,
We should
but
do it.
bless up. Thank you. I've never said that in my life. But
Bless the telephone,
thank-
baby.
God bless. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, 97 PTA. My head's a little sweaty, but
It's okay.
thank
Knees
you.
weak, arms spaghetti.